truth, righteousness, love, and peace are synonymous.
Sure.
And so the goal of our life is union with what we call divine presence.
Yes.
It's omnipresent, it's omniscient, it's omnipotent.
I've talked to you guys before.
It's the very foundation.
Yeah.
It's the very foundation of all of us. It's always everywhere. So to qualify as what some people call God and we call divine presence, it has to be eternal. That means it must always be here. It can never not be here.
Sure.
And in the Sanskrit, we say when we can eliminate everything, we say neti neti. If we can say not this, not this, not that, not this, and we can look at anything around us, from the car to the trees, to the birds, to the bees,
Everything.
it's impermanent. It's impermanent. So we say all conditioned things are impermanent. So we should be working out our salvation with diligence. Rather than to play around with Maya, the illusion, we can use the illusion to work out our salvation. What we call salvation, some call salvation, we call soul restoration. So the goal of yoga, and we do Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga first, Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, and Raj Yoga. Those are the 4 yogas that we employ.
My daughter-in-law teaches yoga in Japan.
Okay.
She's Japanese.
Okay, well, good. But we do this to the spiritual side of yoga. Your daughter-in-law does what? Hatha yoga? Because most people in the
I
West
haven't asked her what
most
type.
people in the West do Hatha yoga.
Yeah, I've heard
which
of
is
Hatha.
Exercises and good physical exercises. But the Hatha yoga is just here to get us our body kind of relaxed so that we can better meditate.
My baby granddaughter is doing yoga with her mom.
Okay, and what they do? They're doing the Hatha yoga?
I'm not sure. Maybe. I'm not sure. I have to ask her.
It's probably the Hatha yoga. So, but we're engaged in what we call the beginning, which is, good morning, how are you?
Morning.
What we call Jnana yoga. I think we talked before, you mentioned that you knew Ramdas, right? And you heard of Muji.
To be here now book.
I'm still here.
I know, after all this time, we read it 50 years ago.
We're talking present. Oh yeah, I read it in
Yes.
1971, 71, 72. But we met. We all met together, Ramdas, and we met. We've embraced.
That's amazing.
Out in Honolulu. It was Honolulu. Yeah, Honolulu.
Really?
Yeah, at the school that Barack Obama graduated from.
Oh yeah. He was born
Punahou.
in Oahu.
Punahou.
Punahou.
Hawaii, yes.
It's over near the University of Hawaii.
Yeah.
But Ramdas came out a couple of times to Hawaii. And he was at Punahou School. Of course, Ramdas wasn't living years after him. But yeah, we met. And in fact,
How thrilling.
He said, Jai Ram. And he said, Jai Ram. And we embraced heart to heart. I mean, that's one of my favorite people. I shouldn't say favorite, but he's a good guy. I mean, the vibrations are very beautiful. But anyway, so you probably know about some of Ramdas's teachers too, then.
Yes.
The teachers in that line. You heard of Muji.
The hippies back in the day. I mean, everybody
Ramdas,
was...
he was like the leader of the hippies.
Yes.
But anyway, so what we're doing, see, Ramdas, he was digging into all the different yogas too, but we're mainly concentrating on the Jnana yoga. Well, you know Muji, right? Muji is a Ghana. They're Ghana yogas, those who accumulate knowledge.
Yeah.
We say to get knowledge about who Supreme Being is and who you are. This is what the real Ghana yoga is about. But we say after you get the knowledge, you realize that Supreme Being, it's like, you see the sun there. You see the sun? If we had some bowls here, you can see the reflection of the sun in all those bowls. So the sun is one. So all of us, we say, are reflections of Supreme Being, which we call divine presence. So the goal of life, the purpose of life, is to use this, anything in this temporary material world, to help us get back. And we do everything as an offering. So we say offering. The Hindus might call it offering. The Muslims might call it submission. The Christians might call it service or surrender. But we say, if I surrender something to you, I've given it to you, right? I've served you with it, right?
Yes.
If I serve you, I offer something to you, right? If I serve you something, I'm submitting it to you. You know, when you were back in school, you did research paper, you say, respectfully submitted by Brenda. So we say offering, service, surrender, and submission are synonymous. Right? We say that truth, that which liberates us from the temporary material world. Because the material world is temporary. And everyone is more or less suffering in the material world. Because number one, we're identifying as being a material body. And that's like, you probably heard of the Bhagavad Gita, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you know that the first problem with Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita, and it's not even because most stuff in the Gita comes out in Punish Arjuna. You trace it all the way back to most of the stuff. But we do believe that Krishna was a personality that more likely existed, like Yeshua, who some people call Jesus. Some people say he didn't exist. But we say that seems to us, according to our research, observation, knowledge, that there was a person in that area at that time. And most people at that time call him Yeshua. We call him Yeshua too.
Yes.
But he did exist, and he has certainly taught some of us. As you say, some people, they think, he didn't exist. But we don't go that way. He's one of our greatest teachers.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I've got to turn off my car.
So let's see. Yeah, so we're saying that service, surrender, offering, submission, they're synonymous. And we also have concluded that truth, someone might say, well, what is truth? That's a big question in some holy books, right? Well, what is truth? So we've concluded, according to our knowledge, observation, experience, and reflection, because we say our knowledge, our intelligence, our knowingness is based on our research, our observation, our experience, and our reflection. So we have to have all four of those according to our standards. See, it's good to have read the books, it's good to be exposed to other people's teaching and what they said, and it's good to have observed certain things, but have we experienced what we're talking about? See, we had one great teacher, his teacher was, what's Vivekananda's teacher? Ramakrishna. You heard of him?
Yes.
Okay. Now you know Vivekananda. You're familiar with Vivekananda then. Vivekananda was his greatest student.
Oh.
Vivekananda is the one who came to America in 1893 at the World Parliament of Religion in Chicago. That's where he and Tesla met. Nikola Tesla. Okay? But Vivekananda, when he was coming up around Calcutta out of Bengal in there, right? So what happens is that there's so many teachers. You've probably been to India. Have you been to India?
Never.
Not yet.
I would like to.
Okay. But you go to India, you find a teacher coming out every crack in the wall,
Sure,
right?
yeah.
And you at night, teachers are walking the street with their disciples talking, right? But so Vivekananda, he was I think he was with I can't remember the Brahma Samaj. He'd been with the Brahma Samaj. But he would ask these teachers, when he met these teachers, he said, "Have you seen God?" And when they start talking like a porky pig, you know, he's just walking off running. But that was his method. And he heard about Ramakrishna. So when he met Ramakrishna, they called Ramakrishna the mad priest of Dakshinaswami. He was a pujari. He was staying in the temple. Took over from his brother. But what happens is that he was going to use the same technique on Ramakrishna. So he met many sages, many sadhus. Have you seen God? And they started stumbling and bumbling. But they had the book knowledge, they had intellectual grasp of it, but they had no experience of it. But when he met Ramakrishna, he asked Ramakrishna, "Have you seen God?" And Ramakrishna said, "Yes, and more clearly than I see you right now." That was impressive to Vivekananda. So Vivekananda learned from Ramakrishna. He was very arrogant at the beginning. He wanted to know for real. So, but he ended up finding out that Ramakrishna was one of the best teachers he'd seen. In fact, almost an avatar. So I'm declaring Ramakrishna is an avatar.
I could stand here all day with you. I mean, I'm seeing God right now.
Good. Me too. Me too.
God right now.
Me too. Everywhere you turn. And that's another. You probably heard of Sikhism. But Sikhism was started. Sikhism is a synthesis of Hinduism and Islam. And Guru Nanak, you know, the Sikhs wear the white turbans and all different.
My neighbor in California, back in the day, was a Sikh.
Which part of California?
Northern California, San Francisco.
Okay, we've been there.
Lovely, beautiful man. He said his daughter was a Punjabi girl.
Yeah, Punjabi, yeah. Yeah, so Anyway, Guru Nanak said he was he went to Mecca. He went out to Mecca. And he was in Mecca and he was sitting with his feet toward the Kaaba. You know, the black stone.
Is that the big black
yeah,
monolith? I call it the monolith, the big black
Some call it a
pew.
Shiva Lingam. You heard of Shiva Lingam, right?
Yeah.
So anyways, Guru Nanak said he had his feet toward the Kaaba. And some people came and chastised him. Said, you don't put your feet toward the Kaaba. And so, Guru Nanak said, would you please move my feet somewhere where God is not? So to qualify as God, it must be omnipresent,
Oh man.
omniscient,
Oh, man.
omniscient, and omnipotent. And it should always exist. God can never not exist.
Yep.
And we call it omnipresent eternally. Therefore, you can say, and I can say too, well, I see God right now. God is
You made me
always here.
cry. You
God
made
is
me cry.
always here. God is always here.
I hope I see you again.
You will own.
Tell me,
Look
home is
at-
home.
Home is
Say,
home.
home is home.
You know, that's beautiful. You know, that's beautiful. That's so beautiful. You know, over in India, I saw these people out on the beach. And they had this thing, one of them had something on it. Om, sweet Om. And you said, Om is home. You took me back. I had a
That's
flashback to
My
me.
memory. Okay, how do I get you on YouTube again?
Edifying
Oh,
Production.
that's easy.
Edifying Production, or EO Peace, Brother EO Peace.
If I go on YouTube now, will
Yeah.
you be on there?
It's already on there.
Yeah, edifying,
Yes.
edifying
Yes.
Production. And
Right.
we're constantly improving.
I hope I
See,
see. I know.
It's constantly improving because, you know, I need to get to you about how do we get to the point. See, we're in a purifying process. See, so we say there's some folks who declare that silence is the ultimate. Some declare that consciousness is the ultimate. Some declare that awareness is the ultimate. There's some good teachers who teaching that. We say that all of this is temporary. Because it's not all, it's different in different people. Different people have different levels of intelligence, different levels of consciousness, different levels of awareness. But presence is always constant, always here.
Oh, you make me
Doesn't
cry.
change, doesn't
You make
change
me-
at all. It's unchangeable, immutable, immutable.
I hope to see you again
But
soon.
yeah, we'll be
I'll
there.
get you on YouTube.
And remember, we're getting better. We constantly polish up because the purification. Oh, didn't tell you the purification process. I'm gonna make this brief so you can.
Okay,
do what I need.
okay.
But we say, how do we purify? So what are we trying to? It's
Yeah.
truth. Truth should set us free. See, truth should be eternal and it should set us free if it's truth. So what is truth? Truth liberates us. Liberates us from what? Liberates us from lust, anger, greed, illusion, madness, and envy. It liberates us from that ego, that false ego. That ego is thinking I'm the material body, so I'm some material designation.
But evil people spout truth all the time. That this is truth, and people believe that what he or
First of
she
all,
is
wait a
saying
minute,
is
sister.
true.
Wait, just a minute, sister. Because I see some bewilderment on your face. Look, here's the deal, and I have authority, but we have authority
Okay,
to back it up.
okay.
And this is something that Siddhartha, the Buddha, his quotas have said years ago, so-called years ago, right here in this present moment. Oh monks, this is when he was passing out his body. You remember the reclining Buddha? When he's and the red flowers were falling from the trees and all the monks out in the forest. He said some of his last words. Oh monks, all conditioned things are impermanent. Work out your own salvation with diligence. See? And what's this other? Anyway, most of the time we say, hey, then we go back to the Gita. And the Gita says what about, and even Yasua, wipe your feet, shake the dust off your feet. And you go back to the Gita when we say, let not the wise disturb the minds of the foolish. Don't worry about this. Save yourself. That's all it is. Work on saving yourself. And we say prayer, study, sacrifice, service, right association. In Buddhism, we call it Sangha. Right association and meditation. And that way you're doing these 4 yogas. See? Gamma yoga, get gathering knowledge about the self and eternity, your supreme being, becoming devoted to it. Look at the Upanishads again.
I'm gonna ask my daughter-in-law How does she feel when she's doing yoga?
Well, she's more.
She's Japanese.
If she's doing any yoga, is good. But some yoga, like you have different kinds of yoga, but all yoga is supposed to lead you. The word yoga itself, yoga, it means yoke, union. And so yoga, the goal of yoga is union with God. We call it the divine permanence.
Right. She's very spiritual.
It's always here. And remember, the qualifies God, it can't die. It cannot die. See, because if it died and it's not here now, who was God while it was gone? See, God must be always here. And that's what we say, still here.
Enjoy your...
To be continued. Now, we just started things. I got to give this thing before I leave because I want you to know how to do this thing for yourself. Because we're not someone to say, well, you come again and we're going to give you another shot. No, we let you help yourself to free yourself. The greatest teacher is within your own being.
I believe that.
It's going to be presence, divine presence. So we said, remember, you see selfish spirit, call out the name. Take a name of your supreme being, whether it be Yeshua, Kata, Buddha, Krishna, or any other names of supreme being. Because you know, supreme being is within and beyond all names and all forms. Within and beyond all forms, within and beyond all images. There's nowhere where presence is not. So we say, offer everything. See the selfish spirit, offer everything. And chant the holy name. Just 3 things. We'll see you again.